We are back to the warehouse for Blitzball Battle 6. Who doesn't love the Woogas? Let's talk Blitzball. Welcome to the Blitzball Boys, the podcast about Blitzball and boys, but lately about Blitzball. I'm your co-host, Brendan Ruppel, along with my fellow host, Peter Del Rey.
Hey, Brendan.
Hey, Peter.
I'm your fellow co-host, Peter Del Rey, and we're talking about the Jolly Owls versus the Woogas. The regular season is over.
Concluded,
which means that we have to do our postseason predictions after this.
Okay.
Because we didn't get a preseason predictions, so I figure this is the next best thing.
That's great.
It was two teams who were struggling, trying to get it together. One team did, one team didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hit, which is nice because that was not the case the first time these guys played. Like, not against each other, but like period in the tournament. But Brendy, before I give away too much, why don't you burn it?
Okay. I just do whatever you say.
You better.
Okay. Oh my God.
You better.
The Green Things with Pits versus a couple of guys who love tits face off in their regular season game. Jolly gets into some trouble early, but Jack and Drew give up just two, hoping to hit next inning. Woogas pitching and Jimmy Norb tells the Jolly Owls respectfully to eat shit. He strikes out the side and strands two. Jolly is still trying to get this one out, but Jedi Knight Dan Rourke says Giancarlo Stanton bobblehead day is here early and smashes a double off the back wall for two. Then Jimmy Norb drops his hammer on Jolly and Big D to give them a half Colin Stone on the scoreboard. And Dan Rourke is our low leverage king. He gets both outs to end the game with conviction. Woogas win 7-0.
Woogas win.
Woogas.
To nothing.
I like the Woogas.
Bad burn. We're not letting you escape that.
What do you mean?
We're not letting you escape that one, Brendan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Rude. We have no idea what their preferences are.
It is rude, but it rhymes. So you got to say it. Sometimes things rhyme, you just got to say it.
Doesn't rhyme if you pronounce it wrong.
That's true. Tatas. What do you think about the half Colin Stone, though? You got to like that.
No.
7 is obviously half of him.
No.
What do you think, bigger?
Nope.
Okay. You don't have any faith in Colin. I thought
no faith.
We love we live our size king, Colin Stone.
We do, but you've already put me in a bad mood to start this podcast. You've put me in a bad mood, so now I'm anti-Brendan.
Okay,
Colin's gonna have to catch some strays. Yeah, I'm just antagonizing you the whole time.
I deal with that on many other podcasts I do, so it's fine. I can take it.
Many other
episodes. It doesn't always happen on the Lonely Boys, but it's always the Lonely Boys, but not every episode.
I was going to say, it definitely is not the Hoppy Boys.
No, there's some guests that really hate me on that show.
Yeah. So Jolly does what we think is now going to be the game plan for most teams, and he starts off the game. We saw such success when Joe's got the first out for Del Caribe that I think that every team is going to do this from now on with their pitcher who is subject to the rule. That's what we'll call it. The rule.
The rule.
Pitches first. Jimmy gets a hit off the Devastator for a double and then a 5-pitch walk. And Jolly says, Drew, please just I need some time off the mound.
Mm-hmm.
Drew does a decent enough job limiting them to 2 runs. He still looks like he has some rust that he needs to shake off. I mean, you've been in contact with him.
Yes.
He's told you about his struggles.
He talked about it in the game a little bit too. Mentioned his helpers out there. He looked better.
Yeah.
There definitely was like a change in Arsenal a little bit. So I think he's trying to find that new pitch mix and be confident with that. So you saw the growing pains a little bit, but still looks much better than like being completely wild.
Right, 5 strikeouts. That's nothing to poo-poo.
Yeah, and like we always say, like he just came into the game. It's gonna take a minute, and he has more strikeouts later, like you said. But this is one of the games that made me kind of realize, like, oh yeah, this the strategy of the 1-out pitcher can backfire so quickly if you don't stick to your matchups. You have to let that 1-out guy almost only face the person you think he can get out, and we see this really take effect in inning number 2.
Number two.
They didn't.
Yeah. It was a good enough first inning. It made me feel like, hey, Jolly Olives may be able to bring this one back. Then Jimmy starts pitching, which surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be Dan Rourke. But, Jimmy did, after his last outing, he did kind of need the reps because he had, 9 pitches?
Yeah, he talked about it a little bit in his
And
post
going
game. I
into
think
the
he
playoffs,
was mad at himself for his performance. Like, let me get out there early and just, like,
right.
show myself that I can do this like I usually do.
Right. He still didn't pitch a ton. He only threw 28 pitches, but I mean,
We didn't need to pitch too much because he just was dominant.
The Woogas as a total only pitched 41, So, like...
It's like 2/3 of Jimmy O'Brien last game.
Jolly gets a hit
That's quick
right
fractions
away.
by me, by the way.
Quick fractions. Jolly gets a hit right away, which, again, made me feel like, hey... And then Drew hitting a double. I said, okay, we got a game. But then it was strikeout. And
I know. When I saw them hitting at all, I was like, oh, shit, all right. They're only down by 2. This is, like, very doable.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Drew, do you see his feet? He was not all the way open and not swinging at an away pitch while trying to pull it. He looked like he was more squared. His swing looked so much better. So I didn't realize, because we didn't talk about that over text, that he had fixed his batting a little bit too. But he looked much more comfortable at the plate, and then we saw the double, and then not too much more else. But that was still a good sign, though.
Still a good sign. I didn't see it.
For like a team that's going into like the loser bracket,
right.
I do have a good amount of confidence in them. Not to spoil like my thoughts on postseason.
Yeah, I don't think there is a loser bracket, Brendan.
The one game. The one inning.
Yeah.
That's my
well, I'm just saying,
bracket.
I don't think you need to say loser because there is no loser bracket.
I guess. All right, we're being pedantic.
We're doing
you know what I mean.
You happy? Because I didn't do it last episode?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see his dance because I was, it's very busy at work.
You're looking at his eyes.
And I was trying to...
You look
trying
up.
to do
you look
both.
at, yeah.
Oh, I was swooning. There could be an argument that this was the end of the game just because they weren't able to get it going and Jolly had to pitch. The game could have been saved, as you'll probably hear later on in my play of the game. But Drew starts pitching to Jimmy, and this is where, like what you were saying, they started to play matchups a little bit, where Drew was like, I'm getting Jimmy, you get Dan. They abandoned that pretty much immediately.
Right.
Because Drew walks Jimmy, Jolly walks Dan. Jolly comes in, walks Dan, stays in for Jimmy. First pitch, gets the bases loaded, stays in for Dan.
We're still in regular season mode, but I really hope this isn't what they do next game. They need to really stick to their guns with this strategy.
Right. Then he stays in for Dan. Dan slams one off the back wall, 2-run double. Then Jolly walks the bases loaded again, and then they're finally like, Drew, why don't you come in here? He strikes out Dan. He strikes out Jimmy. Now Jolly has to get it done.
It's too little too late still. Like, it's, there's so much traffic at this point.
Right. Jolly has to get it done. Walks Dan in for the 4th run of the inning. I'm sorry, not the 4th run of the inning. The 3rd run of the inning, which we may or may not be talking about later, so I won't go into it too much. And then Jimmy hits a home run, a quote-unquote grand slam that only counts for 2 runs. That's the max, and then,
That would have been a great time to use that golden at-bat rule.
Would have been a great time to use that golden at-bat rule.
That doesn't exist.
Too bad. They didn't use it. They opted not to use it. They made the decision not to use it.
Right.
And then Dan comes in, has to just get 1 out, 2 outs before they can get to 2 runs. And then, first at bat, full count. Drew taps it to Ryan, who makes an easy play, who fucked up a play earlier on. Very rude of Ryan.
Very rude.
Again,
it's always probably more difficult than we realize as viewers, but definitely a play he can make. As I say, he makes that play 7 out of 10 times.
Easy.
What do you think? What are your odds on that play for Ryan?
He makes that play 11 out of 2 times.
Oh, fraction. That's a tough fraction.
Easy play.
5.5 times.
Easy play. Ryan turns it on for people he likes and turns it off for people he hates. So he hates Jolly and Drew.
Yeah,
hates Jolly and Drew.
Hates Jolly,
just
Drew,
like he hates
and
Trevor.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah, we haven't called him Tyler in a while. Do we respect him or something?
No, I've called him Tyler a couple times.
Good.
I try to correct you in episodes, and then
I just steamroll you.
It feels like something is underneath my contact.
Mm.
Don't say my eye. That joke was already made today. Somebody
That's
already
good.
made that joke today. I said this at work. I was like, oh, my eyes bother me. I think something's under my contact. And my boss goes, yeah, your eyeball. That's supposed to be there.
Good
Fuck
shit.
you. Okay. But that's it. Game's over. Jolly Olives go to the play-in against, who is it?
Team
Baggage?
Badgage, yeah.
And then Woogas go on to play either Del Caribe, Whack, or Forgotten Rotten in the first round.
Okay. This
Good
is
job,
what
guys.
you want to see from the Woogas. You know, you want to see them
What you want to see.
fire on all cylinders. So I mentioned in my burn the low leverage stuff, the low leverage stuff with Dan Rourke. Do you think, knowing he's sort of a head case, that he really, really only did well because there was no pressure on him whatsoever, or is he fully finding it right now?
I think that he did well because there was more pressure on Drew and Jolly to succeed.
Right.
I think if you have Drew and Jolly with a level head, then that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that they were like essentially when you're in this scenario, every at bat is, hey, if I'm out here, we lose situation. Even though it's not the case. Even though like if Drew gets out, Jolly still has a chance to play. But the pressure is, I don't want to put that pressure on Jolly, especially considering you can't tie it up yourself.
Yeah,
you need to rely on the other person as well.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't think
so you don't look at it as like a
low
leverage situation. You think he could still take this and build on it and bring it with him into playoffs and be good.
I think he can. I mean, he wasn't bad by any means. I don't think that Dan. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that Dan being calm had much to do with his performance. I think it was not only him. Like if they were at the same level of calmness, I don't know if we'd see the same result. But like, you know, more often than not, you see high leverage situations for these pitchers. I mean, this is the lowest leverage you could get if you really want to look at it from just the pitcher perspective. But for Dan, it was like coming into a 0-0 game, and the other two was like, oh fuck, we need to score right now.
Yeah, right. Okay. I like it from either way. It's good. He needed something like this.
He needed something like this, says Beaton. Player of the game.
Player of the game. You know, I'm glad we talked about Dan Rourke so much, because that is not my player of the game. Not it. My player of the game is obviously Jimmy Norp.
Oh, it was close.
Who'd you say?
Drew Davis.
I mean, not a horrible option. Not the best option, but not a horrible option.
Should we start calling him Andrew until he reaches out and says, hey, don't do that, please?
Sure. We found out a lot of nicknames about him this episode too. Double D and Big D. I like Double D. I think he should start leaning into the Double D thing and wear like the knit cap. I
liked it until they were like, yeah, my teacher called. And I was like, all right, I'm out on this nickname, I guess.
You don't like that teacher calling him Big D?
No. Or Double D. Or Double D. Don't like either.
I think any nickname is fine as long as the person being called that nickname likes it. But if they don't, then you should stop calling them that.
Sure, I don't like the fact
unless
that
we're talking Brunken, because that's just a
great name.
It's a great name that I hate.
Great that you used to hate. You came around on it. Are you back out on it?
I'm in on it. I think I'm fully Stockholmed into that name.
It came from me thinking Brunken Bronuts. That's where the name comes from.
Mm-hmm. Which I do love.
You're welcome.
I love Dunkin' Donuts.
You do. You love Brunken Bronuts. You hate Brunken.
I hate Brunken.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the middle of my word. Jimmy Norp is good. And I never... Drew Thorpe. I never...
Nobody thinks about that.
My confidence never wavered with Jimmy Norp. I knew he was going to be great. He just needs to prove it to himself. His pitching looked awesome. I love the way he pitches. He's got so much of like a herky-jerky action. And I think that really... Sometimes that's the whole shtick, is you just be like, I'm going to wave my arms around. Like it's like a Tim Hill situation where there's arms and legs flying at you. But he's got the arms and legs flying and also like crazy stuff. He's got just a wild, wild arsenal. and I love watching him. Wild,
I mean, he got it together. We knew that he was going to be fine on the mound once he got to the mound.
Yeah.
You know, he had the last game, like I said, he threw under 10 pitches. Can't really count that as a mound appearance.
That was
but
his
he had a
warm-up.
really bad time at the plate last time. And we were talking about this beforehand. We talked about this in the first episode of our BB6 coverage, where we said, oh, K-Mac almost reached base every way you could.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy did it. 1 single, 2 doubles, a home run, and 3 walks.
Beast.
He did it.
He's seen
the warehouse,
it well,
the true warehouse cycle. You know?
Yep.
Instead, just replace a triple with a walk.
Yeah.
Which sounds easier, but like, I mean, getting all 4 of these outcomes is no easy task. Everybody knows that.
Are we going to celebrate when someone does both in one game, like gets lit up also on the mound and has all those things against him?
I mean,
I wonder if that's ever happened.
I don't think
not.
that will ever happen.
It could. It's possible.
I mean, it could. Yeah, theoretically, it could. I mean, if Jimmy got lit up here, but I don't think it will happen.
To Jack Doyle, honestly.
Go ahead. Oh, I thought you were going to say Jimmy John Boy O'Brien.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't hit a lot of home runs.
Yeah, but he allows everything on the mound.
That's true. So that's the easier pathway.
That's
to
the
victory.
Easier pathway. I think Jimmy had a home run last tournament.
He might have. I think in the Wallbreaker season he's got to have one.
Whatever. Congratulations.
Jimmy Norby looked great at the plate too. I'm sorry I didn't talk
congratulations.
about that,
not a duck. Star. That was a red
That was
herring.
a mallard.
He's not a duck. That was a mallard, not a duck.
YouTube moment. Subscribe.
Play of the game.
Play the game.
Brandon, we have a rude play of the game today.
I don't do rude, Peter.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Rude play of the game today from me. I'll tell you right now. The second to last at bat in the top of the second inning. Jolly Olive pitching, Dan Rourke batting.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, only 2 runs have scored, so it's 4-0.
Right. Still a manageable game.
Still a manageable game. Like, you don't have to have that added pressure that we talked about before.
Pressure. Speaking of which, I'm cooking something in my Instapot right now for the first time.
Oh, what a fucking...
It's true.
Unbelievable, Brendan. What a tie-in. The Jolly has a full count on Dan. It's talked about quite often, like if he has a chance at somebody, it's Dan. I even wrote in my notes, this is pivotal. This full count is pivotal. He needs to get this out. If he gets this out, Jolly Olives stand much stronger of a chance. He ends up walking Dan Rourke in for a run. 5-0. At this point, Jolly Olives cannot win the game outright in regulation.
Mm-hmm.
And Jolly still needs to pitch against Jimmy, who ends up hitting a homer and making it 7-0.
So that you're saying that at bat that you're referring to was the catalyst for like the rest of what went on in this inning.
Yeah, specifically the walk.
Yeah.
Like specifically the fact that he walked Dan.
It was all bad news.
I think that was
open.
The game lost.
Right.
The game lost there, even though technically the pressure was not on yet because they would get the 3 outs still in the bottom of the second because it was 5-0. But the walk really solidified like this game is over completely.
Okay. So that's Peter's turning point of the game, and then my play of the game.
No.
That was accidental.
Sorry, no play of the game. That was the play of the game. It's mine.
My play of the game.
Congratulations to the Woogas. Don't listen to Brendan.
It was going to be when Dusty
dropped
his food out of the microwave.
The pop. Yeah, fuck Dusty. I'm out on
Dusty. Dusty needs his own show. I love Dusty so much.
Famously out on
more and
Dusty.
more every game. I love Dusty.
I have a feeling that he's going to be around in that warehouse challenges stuff that they are going to be putting out eventually.
So that'll grant my wish. Okay, let's see. Hopefully, they don't.
No.
Hopefully, it doesn't get overexposed and ruined because I love him. I can't get enough of him.
You think in the finale he's going to expose himself? That's crazy. I'm out on Dusty.
I think he's already naked.
Is he?
Maybe he's not. Interesting.
See?
Imagine that costume had full assless chaps. You could see human butt.
No, the regular season is over, Brendan. It's over. Now we know everybody's played 2 games. What are your predictions now for the playoffs?
Are we also doing predictions for the one inning game that's coming up next? Or is that included in this, or is that a separate thing?
No, we are. This is now just a general oversight of like everything that's happened and who you like, who you don't. So I guess you don't have to say the who you don't, but it's a rude pod, so why not?
My initial thoughts kind of relate to the next game. I want to talk a little bit about We Got Ice. I forgot until they previewed.
Well, just wait. Just wait until the preview. Just give me
I'm ready.
I'm
gonna fucking roll right now.
Who do you like for the entire? If it is like We Got Ice or McFlurry Power, then just say it.
It's We Got Ice because they're playing this one inning game, and they even if they lose a playoff game right now, they're still in it. I think that's so important for me. I didn't realize this. I forgot the format of the playoffs now, and I'm like, oh shit,
it's for a bye.
Yeah, they can really. It's a win-win for them. They lose, they win. They win, they win. So that's great for them. I'm happy with the situation that they, in particular, are in. I want them to do well in the playoffs.
Sure.
For the first time in a long time, maybe ever.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Jury's still out. Jury's still out. We're not certain. Yeah, I mean, We Got Ice, I think, is the very clear front runner. They got two guys who are performing at a high level. Jack is at MVP pace right now.
Yeah.
But beyond that, who else do you think can do well in this? I think McFlurry Power can do good. I think I would love to see Del Caribe make a semifinal run.
Jimmy said it in one of those talking heads. If Joe's gets his out, scary team.
If Joe's gets his out, like that's like if Woogas puts it together, I think Woogas avoiding this half inning, this 1 inning elimination game is huge.
Yeah, that's very true. I think them figuring it out, game 1, full bust.
Right.
Game 2 immediately turns it around immediately. I think that's really important to show what you like to call, what's it called again?
PP power.
PP power. When you go to the bathroom, do you run into the bathroom and go PP power, and then just
I run into the bathroom and go
porcelain like you make way?
Yeah, I yell that. That's what I have to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
If I go to the bathroom, if I feel like I have to pee, but I'm at the urinal and nothing's coming out, in my head I like sing to myself, "Go pee pee, go pee pee, go pee pee, go pee pee, go pee pee." It works. It works every time.
I'm gonna try that.
Go ahead.
Or if I see like a guy next to me struggling, I'll sing it to him.
You'll massage his shoulders and go pee pee, go pee pee, go pee pee, go pee pee, go.
Yeah.
He goes, "It's getting. I don't know why it's getting bigger."
Now you're gross. I started gross, I'm not. And you're gross now.
I'm not.
We did a full other guys.
He was talking about his stream. What did you think I was talking about?
Oh. Next question.
Now that we know the first game of the playoffs, quote unquote, is McFlurry Power versus We Got Ice in this 1 inning game for a bye. Brendy, what are you watching for in this?
I want to see if this game will somehow be as long as last year's winner's bracket 1 inning game. If it somehow stretches out to like an hour and a half.
That's not what this is.
Winner's game. I don't know.
We could talk about
it's part
this
of a bracket.
After. This is not what to watch for is. What to watch for is you take one player and you talk about them. We'll talk about this after.
Well, this is. I have many thoughts.
Okay, you have ADHD. I get it. So do I.
Yeah. Well, no, I have something that's related to ADHD, and some of it's trickling in right now.
IDIOT.
I am Internet of Things.
Did I spell that right?
I have no idea. I wasn't really listening.
I spelled idiot.
I didn't hear the D, so.
I said IDIOT.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're still waiting for my confirmation? Is this game going to be super long? Let's see what's going to happen. Let us know in the comments.
Brandon, you are tired.
Yeah. This is my best.
Brandon was at the Mets game last night.
I didn't even drink at the Mets game.
You didn't even drink. You only had 9 hot dogs.
I only had 9 hot dogs for $45. Good deal. You have to buy all 9 at once. That's the problem.
Are you doing the 9 innings, 9 hot dogs thing? Yeah. Buy them all at once. You know the rules.
Okay, and I get to pour all the beers on top.
All the hot dogs are cold by the 9th inning.
What I'm going to watch for is McFlurry's offense. Is McFlurry going to hit at all? If they hit in the slightest bit,
Right.
they win.
Good thing to watch for.
That's all I'm saying.
That means we got ice. And I think, what are we going to watch for? Can Jack keep up this MVP level of hitting? He's going to be facing Colin most likely because I believe it's one inning. So it's not like they're going to have to be like, oh, Colin gets 2 outs, K-Mac gets 1. I think it's just we're going to see full-on Jack and full-on Colin pitching in this game. And this is going to be the test of, hey, is Jack MVP level right now? If he can get these hits off Colin, I don't think it's going to be like last year, last Blitzball battle, where we're going to get extras. I think it's going to be a definitive win for We Got Ice.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's going to be a definitive win in this first game. Because Zoe and Jack have just been on it on the plate. I mean, let's look. This is just
if
eye
they win
test.
this game, though, do they waste a playoff win? And then they deflate the rest of the tournament?
There are 4 players in this league.
There are 4 players in this game coming up.
There's 4 players in this game coming up. There's 4 players in this league that have over a 500 batting average.
Okay. Am I guessing them?
Can you guess them?
Jack Doyle.
Yes.
Zoe D'Amalia?
Yep.
Oh, I'm good.
Huh. One more person from this game.
From this game?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Colin Stone? And not
Colin Stone.
Oh, damn.
And then the worst hitter of all time last tournament.
Worst hitter of all time last tournament. Trevor Plouffe.
Tyler Poof.
Wow, Tyler Poof.
You have 2 of the guys who are making consistent contact with the ball on this team. Jack Doyle batting 900.
Batting 9th in the lineup.
900, Zoe 5.
That's crazy.
You know, like, they're going to get hits. Whereas, like, K-Mac has a 300 batting average, which in real baseball, fantastic. Lovely.
Lovely, but not that impressive here, bud.
Nope. Not as good. When league average is 417.
Yeah.
I think We Got Ice's got
league
this,
average,
but
just saying, is still below Aaron Judge's actual average.
League average is about 5 inches. Wait.
Peter.
Is that something else?
I don't do jokes like that. I'm out on them.
I like the way you just moved your head there. You're like, I don't do jokes like that.
I don't do that.
I don't do that. I don't Mountain Dew that.
Good job.
Don't that. Thanks, Brendan.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're doing a great job, what should you be drinking?
If you did a great job, you deserve a subtle tea. You drink subtle tea. It's a drink made by me.
Yeah, we Mountain don't subtle tea.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
You set me up for plugs and tell me that my shit sucks.
Come on.
Use code HobbyBoys at checkout for $2 off your order. Listen to the Hobby Boys wherever you get your podcasts. Mountain 2. You can subscribe on YouTube. Search Hobby Boys. Also search Blitz Boys. Blitz Boys. What are we called?
Blitzball
the Blitzball Boys. I just wanted to check. It's Blitzball Boys. I wonder if Blitz Boys will come up.
That's a football channel.
Okay, don't.
If not, we're gonna make it.
All right, I guess we can start making football content. All right, we got it right here. I think we got the channel.
There you go.
Oh my god.
There you go, guys. Pay me.
That's right. You got to subscribe to the YouTube. If you haven't been subscribing, there's some fantastic video moments on here. We're crushing the subscriber game. We're trying to get to 2. I don't think 200 is going to happen by the end of the season at the pace we're at, but
yeah,
you never know. You never know. Please. With all the effort in your tiny little fingers, click subscribe. Teeny tiny fingers.
Click subscribe. Can you please click subscribe?
Can you please? I think people are subscribe now.
We're not gonna make it. No.
There was that one day we got like 5 in one day, and I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get a 1 million.
We're gonna hit 1 million.
I made $1 million today.
I do not have anything to plug, but please comment on the YouTube. Brendan will respond to every single comment.
Aggressively.
We'll talk to you guys. It's a community, guys. It's a community.
If you comment, I'm gonna just say fuck you.
No, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna send you kisses.
Both.
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for commenting. If you're commenting, we love talking to you.
We love talking to you.
Beyond that, Brendy, my boy, ask me a question.
Got anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
Bye-bye.
Bye.